Dan and welcome to Habit Made. For today's video, we're gonna do another wall hanging tutorial. This is recommended for beginner since we're only gonna use 2 knots. I'm gonna use double half hitch and barrel knot. For those who are new in my channel, please take time to watch 3 basic knots you need to learn as I have a detailed guide on how to make double half hitch on that video. For this project as well, we're gonna use 5mm cotton cord, which is also available for purchase on my Facebook and Instagram account. So anyway, I'm excited to share with you this simple pattern. So let's get started. For this project, we're gonna use 2 feet dowel. Then, using a 5mm cotton cord, cut 30 cords with 13 feet length each. We're gonna be working in groupings of 6 cords or 12 cords hanging down. Before I attach the rest of the cords, let me show you first the pattern that we're gonna use for this tutorial. Get this 8 cord coming from the left. Okay, so this is your 8 cord. We'll use this one as our lead cord as we make diagonal double half hitch going to the left. So this is going to be our lead cord. If you're new in my channel, please take time to watch 3 basic knots. I have a detailed guide there on how to make double half hitch. Now, coming from your left again, get your 6th cord. So this cord is connected to this cord. Okay. We have to make diagonal double half hitch going to the right. So this will be our first leaf. To have this curved shape, it is important that you hold your lead cord the way you want to shape it. To complete the lower part of your leaf, coming from the right, get your 7th cord. This will be your lead cord as you make double half hitch going to your right. It is important to leave enough space in between. This will serve as the vein of this leaf design. Then we're gonna close this one by making another double half hitch. Now we'll do the same thing with other groups of 6 cords. We'll also do this stem and leaf. So let me start first on this side. So following the same step, I got this 8 cord coming from my left, and I'll make diagonal double half hitch. Now we're done making a leaf and stem with these 5 groups of 6 cords. Now what we're gonna do is to continue the wave of the stem. So we're gonna make another double half hitch diagonally, but we're gonna leave these 2 cords behind. We'll also do the same thing on these 4 groups. So we're just gonna leave these 2 cords and continue making diagonal double half hitch. Now that we're done making diagonal double half hitch on these 4 groups, we'll also do the same thing on this side, but instead of leaving these 2 cords behind, we're gonna continue making diagonal double half hitch all the way to the end. Now the next thing that we have to do is to create another leaf, and to do this we just have to count coming from our left and get our 5th cord. This cord will serve as our lead cord as we make another leaf. We'll make double half hitch all the way to these 2 cords that we skip from this group. Now this part is optional. You can skip this and continue making double half hitch, but I just want to add a barrel knot on this one. This will serve like a little raindrop on my leaf and stem. But again, if you do not prefer to have this, you can just continue making double half hitch. Now, coming from your left again, get your 7th cord. Basically, this is also the first cord that we used when we create the upper part of our leaf.
So we'll use this cord as our lead cord to complete the lower part of the leaf. So same process for this group. So coming from your left, you're gonna count and get your fifth cord. This will serve as your lead cord as you make your double half hitch. You're also gonna use these two cords from your left. Okay, so again, adding raindrop is optional. So for this one, I'm just gonna make a barrel knot. I also have a tutorial on how to make a barrel knot, so please check that out. So this is super easy to do. And once done, I'm just gonna continue making double half hitch. As you can see, I'm also adjusting the shape or the curve of the leaf. So you could also do that. Then again, coming from your left, just count your cords and get this seventh cord. This will serve as your lead cord. Now I'm done creating 4 leaves. Now I'm gonna create another one on this side. So I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna get the fifth cord as well. Since we don't have additional 2 cords, this leaf would be smaller compared to these 4, but it's okay because size of the leaf doesn't have to be the same. Instead of getting my 7th cord, because we don't have additional 2 cords, I'm just gonna get this 5th cord and use this as my lead cord. Now that we completed these 5 leaves, what we're gonna do now is to continue making the stem. Same process, we're gonna leave these 2 cords, but this time your diagonal double half hitch is going to your left. So we'll also do the same thing onto this side, but we don't have to leave 2 cords, and we can continue making double half hitch all the way to the end since this is the last group on this side. Now, for the third row, since we're gonna make our leaves facing to the right, we have to start counting as well from the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your fifth cord and use this as your lead cord to make double half hitch. Then I'm gonna add a barrel knot on this side. So we just have to flip this over, wrap this around 3 times, pull it down, and there you have it. This is just a small detail that I like to add on this project. But then again, you could skip that part and just continue making double half hitch if you don't feel like adding this small detail. Now for this last leaf, we'll also do the same thing as what we did on this part. Since this is the last side, the leaf for this one would be smaller compared to these 4. After the leaves, we're gonna continue making the stem again. Basically, we'll also do the same thing as what we did on the second row. So for this one, we're gonna continue making double half hitch all the way to the end. And for these 4, we have to skip these 2 cords. Now, I'm done creating this stem for our 4th row. Since our leaves for this set will be facing on the left, I'm also gonna start counting from the left and get my 5th cord as again our lead cord. Basically, for this row, we are just repeating what we did on the second row. Then we'll make the smaller leaf on this side. Then we'll proceed to the stem again. We just have to repeat the same process as what we did on the 3rd row. Now for the 5th row, instead of making 5 leaves, I just created 4 because I want the bottom part of this wall hanging to be in a V shape. So I'm gonna decrease the number of my leaves. So for the 6th row, I'm just gonna do 3 leaves. Since we'll only create 3 leaves, I'm also gonna create 3 stems. Then for the 7th row, I'm just gonna create 2 stems and 2 leaves. Now, after these 2 leaves, we're gonna do our last one. So I'm just gonna create 1 stem and 1 leaf. Then I'm just gonna add additional barrel knots on different areas. This is optional. It's actually up to you if you'd like to add, and even how you would like to end your wall hanging. You could just leave it as is, or for me, I decided to untangle the bottom part just to have that forest feel for this wall hanging.
If you find this video helpful, please share it with me by using the hashtag HabitMade and tagging me on my social media accounts. I would love to see all your work and even feature it on my page. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and see you on my next video.